Welcome to another episode of Pushing the Limit. It's your boy NK here with JT Jose Torres. Today's episode, we are talking Salo, or 120 Days of Sodom, an Italian film made in 1975 by Pier Paolo Pasolini, set just at the end of World War II, where four Italian rich folks kidnap a bunch of teenage boys and girls and subject them through hell. This film was so controversial that the director, Pier Paolo Pasolini, was assassinated just after the release of the film. And it's been talked about, it's been banned in many countries, but it also has a Criterion Collection release, so you know that this one is one of the most legit films out there. And I think from what this man has told me, he told me this movie broke him.
It did. Straight up. I'm not even going to pull punches. I can see why it was banned. Let's just throw it out there. I had to stop the movie. I couldn't finish it. I got to a particular scene, we're not getting spoilers yet, we'll give you the warning. But yeah, I got to a particular scene that I was, okay, I'm done. I tap out. I did joke. I actually did have to go shower. I was like, I'm done. I felt so dirty.
We don't have to wait till the end of the show. He said he had to take a shower. This is definitely a movie that you would not have seen on Blockbuster shelves back in the day.
There's no way that movie would have been seen. It would have been on the ban. It was on the ban list, like with Faces of Death, for example. A lot of the movies like that. But yeah, there's no way you would have found this at any corporate or even mom and pop store.
Now, you told me that you wouldn't have tapped out if you weren't a family man. Is that true?
And I think there's merit to that. Yes, I think that if the circumstances were different, if this was teenage Jose, no kids, no wife, no family, I think I could have made it through the film. But being that I am not teenage Jose, being a father, it was the fact that we're talking about, at least in the film, kids, boys and girls. It was a tough watch. I mean, like I said, I couldn't finish it. It got to the dad in me. I couldn't finish it.
These are teenage, not little kids. Don't think of it as kiddie porn, because remember, this got a Criterion Collection release.
Exactly.
So this is absolutely legitimate. But yes, these are teenage boys and girls put through hell.
And I say boys and girls, but they're definitely teenage at least. At least they're portraying teenagers for sure. Like I said, it's one of those. Like I said, it was so realistic though. Like I said, the scenes that were there was, like I said, it unlike the other films we've already looked at that had a lot of violence and a lot of gore. The strange part, there was some violence, but there was not like I've seen. It wasn't, it wasn't over the top violence. It was just a really difficult theme. That's the best. That's the truth right there. It was a very difficult theme, and like I said, I couldn't finish it. There was a particular scene where, are we going to go spoilers?
Yeah, spoilers.
Okay. So there is, just like in the other film that we looked at, the Bunny game, the Bunny movie. There's definitely full frontal, both male and female. So forewarned, if you actually going to try to venture to watch it, forewarning, there's a lot of that. And there's just, like I said, these four people, they're so nonchalant about what's happening in the film. It's like, I'm here trying to figure out, how do the actors do this? I'm here like, how do you take yourself out of yourself and become a character that's doing this? It's kind of like I said, I felt dirty. I felt ashamed.
All right, well, what scene was it? Go ahead and spoil it.
Okay, so the scene was, there's a group of kids that are at some kind of a dining hall or something. They're all around tables, and they start, talking. They're naked and whatnot. And this older guy comes in and starts basically, he's not mooning them, but he's showing them his rear end equipment. Okay, now they're not showing it, but he's basically bent over, looking like he's mooning them. So for a second, it's kind of like, okay, he's mooning kids. But then out of nowhere, this is the part where I stop it. He's like I can't remember the kid's name, but I say it's like, Pedro, do me. I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, do me. He starts walking over, and that click, TV went off. I'm like, no.
We're talking the guard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's just like, I'm like, okay, hold on. Grown-ass man asking a teenage character to do him.
Because they're also teenage guards. Teenage boys that are guards.
Correct, yes.
Teenage guards, but
this was not a teenage guard. This was like an adult with a teenage guard. But yeah, it was one of those, like, I'm here. I said, as soon as he said it, I'm like, no, I didn't read that right because it's subtitled. I'm like, nah, no, I didn't read that right. And then he starts walking over to him. I'm like, okay, click. I'm sorry. I'm done.
And the guards also take part in it. They also, I mean, willingly and happily to do a lot of the things. To those four gentlemen, you know, they're happy about it. They're willing to do it. And yeah, I mean, the kids are put through hell. And when I say put through hell, like they make them eat shit, poop. They make one girl eat poop with nails in it. At the very end, the remaining ones that are still alive or tortured, they get branded with a live branding iron.
I wouldn't have made it to that.
One of the guy's tongues cut out, another guy's eyes cut out. I mean, there's no happy ending in this movie. Absolutely zero happy ending.
I mean, it's safe to say, even if the theme of it being teenage kids, even if they were actually adults, whether it was college age or whatever, it still would have been a tough watch, because, like I said, it took a definite special place. Let's put it that way.
It was banned in many countries.
I see why.
Many countries, and like I said at the beginning of the show, the director was assassinated after the release of the movie.
I'm somehow not surprised. I mean, I'm not advocating assassination. Let's throw that out there. But at the same time, like I said, I didn't finish the film. I don't even think I made it halfway in, to be quite honest, from the scene that I described.
I want to say you were close to it.
But not close, but not quite. But like I said, even to that halfway point, it was a tough one. I mean, there were several times that I wanted to turn it off before the point I turned it off. When I got to that, I was like, okay, I'm done.
I mean, like he said, the violence is very, very minimal.
Yeah.
But the stuff that they put those kids through, it's hell. I mean,
it makes you wonder, you know.
I mean, at one point, one of the guys takes a girl, brings her to a private room, and asks her to pee on him. I mean, these guys are absolutely sick.
It makes you wonder the mindset of the people who wrote it, directed it, produced it. It really, it's one of those, what in the hell?
Well, it's like with one of the films we're going to talk about. They talk about how it's an image of like the fascism in Italy, because that's what Italy was going through at the time of World War II, and this is a reflection of it. That's what they'll claim, but that's what it was. And of course, obviously, with the torture and stuff like that, it's inspired other movies that's taken place after that. Yeah. It's after that.
Most definitely.
So, yeah, Salo. It's available, and the Criterion Collection actually is available on DVD still.
If you want it for some reason.
If you want it, I mean, there's lots. Criterion Collections are good.
Yeah.
They give you not just the disc, remastered.
I mean, you're getting a clean edition. You're getting all the behind the scenes. You're getting all the interviews, all the historical archives of what impact it had in that genre of film world. But like I said, it's just I'm not taking away from that. But like I said, just me personally.
There's a couple of essays about the movie. Yeah. There's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of interviews with people who talk about the movie and its historical significance in film and its part in it. This is definitely one that
had to shower.
He had to shower. It's still one of those. I just find this one fascinating because of how controversial it is. And its place in film history. It's just one of those. I had to watch it. I finally found a copy, and this was before the Criterion release. They finally released it.
Wow!
Like they supposedly released it early on, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they finally did release it. It's out there. It's on Amazon. Try to have a link in the description. So, yeah, that's Salo. 120 Days of Sodom. This man actually tapped out. He could not finish it. We pushed him to the limit, people. That's right. We pushed him.
I don't know that I can forgive you for this one.
and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Although I think next week's a little bit tamer. Our next show next week, we're going to be talking Chaos. Not the Jason Statham movie of 2005, but a movie.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay.
But a movie that was released around the same time.
Okay.
And it's very controversial. I'll give you a hint. Roger Ebert gave it 0 stars. 0 stars. 0. So we'll find out if it's that bad and if it pushed him to the limit just like Salo or 120 Days of Sodom did. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.